What? Well, you could say that. Be very careful. It's not as safe as it used to be in the past. You will. Thank you. Okay. So I guess we're gonna go back and talk to our buddy now. Can't deny Josh and bring your son. The Intercontinental's in 2nd grade. Damn. I'd be proud of a son like that. That's like having floor top for a son. Hey, buddy. We found out where the Eye of Atamoni is. It's at the Stylized Temple in Kavulia. It's probably hiding there too. Alright, here's all yours. I'll try to get more information on the pirate fleet. Very well. Alright, guess we're gonna go there. So we should be able to just walk there, maybe? I wonder if anyone has information on how to get there. Don't talk to you? Okay. Oh, yeah, you're talking about Australians. No one wants to tell me much, so... Let's see if I can see it on the map, then. Maybe it's up here. We'll try it out. Oh, there you go. Here's the fight you're looking for, Tap.
Slow CD imagery detected.
Yeah, I saw. It's okay. That's pretty standard for some games. It happens sometimes.
So do you have to do something?
Like what?
There I was. There.
I would actually be happier if you weren't second player. Not because you're not good, you won't be good for that character. Just that character is more magic than anything else. And playing magic as anyone is kind of annoying. It's like the same kind of thing as like the way it works in oh, what's it called? Secret Mana. When you want to open a menu, it stops the whole game.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem so hot these days. Just the rest of the country.
Yeah, you should switch me to like a melee or something.
The only way to do that is to play around with the inputs. So.
Okay.
I could probably do that.
You can't just rearrange your party?
No. Who's the second character here? Who's the third character here? This is Leon. Honestly, here, maybe actually.
Does whoever you want me to play as have the thing?
I can always get them.
Fuck, so you have more characters than you can fit in your party now?
Yeah. Okay, so that's Clemente. Order. I think that's maybe right. Okay, I don't want to use Clemente. I don't use Clemente. That's Leon there. Okay. Okay. Okay, so I'm actually at him there. So I guess I can. Just takes a little bit of finagling around.
Yeah, what the fuck are you even doing?
I'm replacing characters in the game right now.
This is like the most unintuitive bullshit I've ever seen.
You're not wrong. Okay, so now she's technically supposed to be a second character.
So I should be redhead girl now?
You should be redhead girl. You should be redhead girl now. Yes.
And do I have any special shit, or is it still just that one thing?
You'll have a couple specials. And I looked into it, by the way. You don't have to use this game doesn't have the use special attacks yet.
What do you mean?
So every game after this one has something happens when you use a certain special ability more like a certain amount of times. So like let's say like in the second game with Tales of Eternity, which is the game after this one, if you use power missiles 50 times, you'll unlock something called like double power missile.
Okay.
This game doesn't have that. I didn't do that.
I see.
Unfortunate, but that's how it is. And it also has a different version here. There's no actual cooking in here. So the only thing you can do is add stuff to your food bag. And the food heals you between while you're walking around, basically. Really weird, but that's how it goes. So we can get rid of all this chicken. We can hope to like 2,500 food or something like that. 2,000 food. There you go. Different foods give you different amounts of energy. Where's Tosh? Show him study. Armor shop. Anything good? Ring mail. No, it's not that much better than what we have on, I don't think. That's not better at all. We're not much better. Good. Juggling what's it here? People don't like that how much, but I think it's kind of interesting. Is that what you say? Number of muscles increased because of darn foreigners. Right? Interesting. Ooh. Somebody there, let me guess. You're going to say foreigners no good. No, not at all. I see catastrophe and loss of all hope in your future. What do you mean by that? You'll be unable to escape the darkness that will surround you. Your destiny cannot be changed. This air is a straight and orderly. Okay. Imagine the smell. This smells truly horrible to live. I feel like that's what made this place into what it is today. The thing is, I don't want to talk to everybody. Like most people are not that interesting to talk to.
Yeah.
Like it's
a pail.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like you missed the bathrooms. Like they had a magnificent toilets in the last session. Super useful. Goddamn toilets. No, it's not a good price. We're getting like 9 before. What dice is? We buy a whole bunch of stuff that's not super useful. Cool. Better exchange. And we're talking about how you can see this reflection, which is kind of cool. Same thing for mirrors. There's all mirrors you can in this game where you can see a reflection in them. I don't know, for a PS1 style era game, it's not bad, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, actually, can I pick up that knife, maybe? It's just sitting there. No? Alright. Definitely weird, though, some of these days when you're not sure what you can and cannot pick up in this game. Let's check them. Oh, this is a coffee shop. Cool. Ew. Yeah, these are useful to have. So this game also has unidentified objects that you can kind of like identify with room models. We got some discs that we can do like that, and oh yeah, so the character you're with now, this character, she actually picked up a new. Oh no, was this character here? She picked up a new sword that can talk, basically called Clemente or Clement. Tavern time. There you go, look at him. Did I find Cap at the bar? No, it's a woman. Oh, here we go. Let's try it again. Look at the temple. It's all important because it's smack in the middle of town. Man, the joint isn't anything for me. The guys from another country ain't going to help these people in this country. What do you think? So I guess this is where the temple is. That's good to know. Oops. Didn't mean to leave town. Anything else in this town? Did we see a weapon shop in this town yet?
I didn't see anything.
Me neither. Oh, no, nope, maybe not. Nothing there. There might not be, oh, there we go. Open shop. Any good? Wait, what? Really? You won't sell to me because I'm not Australian? Jeez.
Probably. You gotta call him a daft cunt and then he'll sell you some shit.
One time they kicked me out and wouldn't sell me anything. I spoke a sword in half recently and now I can't fight at all. Alright, so I guess that's it. Okay, nothing here. I don't know. Can I go behind? Is there a way out? Is there an exit on the side? No. Right. I see some kind of cross up there, but I guess there's nothing to do with it. Oh, what's that say? So I feel sorry for Elena. Her father died after being cheated by a foreign woman, and the woman has been missing ever since. As well as against him marrying a foreigner. Is Elena a character I'm gonna get?
This is like Trump land.
Some
like, fuck the foreigners.
That's what I was saying too. I'm like, this is more like, it's less like Australia and more like Trumpstralia. Oh, there's exits around here. Alright, can we go on this side? There's a treasure chest up there. So we're supposed to be. Excuse me. Yes, how can I help you? My name is Philia Felice, a priestess from Senegal. I'd like to ask you something. Oh, priestess, you must have traveled a long way from Senegal. Now what would you like to ask me? Have your statue been brought here? No, I haven't heard anything about any statue. Then the Lydon visited the temple? The high priest is not visited here. Okay, I understand. Let's go. So they're lying to us, apparently? Strange. What? I only said Lydon's name. But that man knew that Lydon was a high priest. Is it true that it's unusual for him to know the name of a high priest? Please, spare your ignorance. Lydon's not a high-ranking bishop or archbishop. Priests at other temples would know the name of a mere high priest. Hey, back off! I believe Leon's right. This can only mean that he's somehow connected with Lydon. If we grill him for information, I don't think so. There's a bunch of useless underlings. I was sneaking in during the night, and I'll stay at the temple. I'll be able to unlock the back door from inside when it gets dark. Fine, do it. So at the end, wait till nightfall. Cool. Alright. Actually, oh, this is Lance Hunter. Right now. Hello. That's expensive. Alright. See, this is another dungeon we're probably going to tap where they probably won't have monsters in it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. Let's go. Our destination is a temple.
I mean, it's starting to make sense why the two-player stuff isn't more like readily available from the beginning, but at the same time, like, why include it at all at that point?
I mean, I guess they wanted to have something that was like local that people aren't doing in general. They want to stick out a little bit, which is, I think that's fair. Maybe it's just a throwback to what they couldn't do on the SNES. I feel like it was always weirder that was included in other games, like the Tales games afterwards. If you look at Berseria, right, like imagine playing two-player Berseria where you're just like reading not even just reading, like you're listening to text for like 30 minutes at a time. Instead of two-player anything. So I don't know. I think they might just be very attached to it because it's something that's part of the series at that point. Why they start, I don't know. It's so dark. So you feel it? Where are you? Wait a minute. What's on the light on? Sure. The priest from the place. Be careful. Okay, I will. So this is where we can fight the priest, or we can fight the priests. Die! Oh, never mind. We can fight that. So let's see if your character's actually the red-headed girl then. Yeah? No?
What the fuck?
Did you push select? There you go. You're her.
Yeah, there you go. So bottom button is normal attack, right button is special?
I have bottom button, yeah, that's how it works for me too.
Who the fuck even is the enemy? Oh, we're just killing humans now?
Yeah, humans on this bat.
Get out of here, guys, or you little bitch. Flat.
Oh man, I think guys would love to hear one of these guys. It is weird though that our colors are. This is the PS1. You have more than 8 colors. I'm just surprised that our colors are exactly the same as like the enemy's colors.
Yeah.
I'll let them in red or something. But I guess you can't technically attack anyone else, but still. What happened?
Yeah.
What happened? I was locked up by a bunch of goons who said they were acting in the name of some high priest. Was it Leiden? Yes, that sounds alright. Do you know him? He used to be my mentor. Tell me what happened. I was performing my evening prayers in the cathedral. And this man, Leiden, came to visit a large statue. That traitor. They took over the temple, locking me up here, and now here I am before you. How many of them were there? At least 30 men, I think. Are they in the cathedral? I don't know. But there is an underground tunnel that's access from the cathedral. I see. Can you get me out of here? Sure, open the door now. Don't open yet? Leon. How can we show that he's not a monster? Wait a minute, I'm not... Man, you're too paranoid. I'd rather not take any chances. We'll leave him here. I agree with him. Okay, I understand. Take care of them. You'll be safe here. So please stay put. I don't know, man. I don't feel like you would be that much safer.
You let him out anyway?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I just, like, you're free to go. He's like, yeah, I'll just stay here. I figured the game would let me, but I'm like, yeah.
You just happen to have the key to all this shit.
Yeah, you know, like... those guards I killed had all the keys, man. I like how the game's like, don't let the priest see you, and like the first thing that happens, you're just seen by the priests. There's a lot of geometry here that I just can't like wrap my head around with this like lack of light though.
Are all the dungeons like dark, or is this just stupid?
It's just this one.
Okay.
I was outside. I'm not too surprised about that.
Dun dun.
Who's that?
Shouldn't have let him out.
Yeah, the guy looks exactly like the guy you let out, but like that's like young people around here. Yeah, I think started doing a lot of damage as of the last dungeon. But thankfully, that was the other thing too. Like if playing the other character you were playing before, named Rudy, the only problem is that she's our healer. She actually heals pretty decently on auto. Having used playing as her would probably been a lot harder.
Yeah.
It's pitch black. Is anyone here? There's a secret room. They'll probably be inside it. You're right. Let's take a look for the entrance. I don't really want. Okay, I know where it is. It's clearly behind here where the last one was. I don't want to go here right now. I want to see if I can get that blue chest first. So now I can go. It's just a jail cell, right? Yeah. I guess that's it.
Blue chest you talking about?
Outside on one of the top ledges, there's a blue chest. Show you. I can kind of show it to you. Here. See it right here above my character?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's that, but I don't know how to get to it right now. I figured like the stairs lead up somewhere, but they didn't really. Might be part of this. Might be part of the secret passageway, which is I assume right here. It's the same setup we saw at the temple in Seingold. Did they take us for idiots? Or it's a trap? Oh man, it's still not light out in here. This room looks exactly like the room where the Eye of Antimony was kept. What are you doing here? Yikes. Oh, I see we have some rodents here. I don't think you would have been able to follow us this far. But unfortunately, what you're looking for is no longer here. So the Eye of Antimony was at the temple? Yes, but it was taken again by Leiden. I knew it! Leiden was here! I saw you this afternoon. I suspected you were an imposter. Speak for yourselves on your true enemies. Fake? Or perfectly respectable priests? We saw our allegiance to Leiden's vision. The Eye of Antimony will show the world. When that happens, we'll reign supreme over the world. We'll make them understand that humans are powerless before the great Eye of Antimony. Hey, you're not even than us. We're different from you fools. We were blessed by Atamoni as the chosen ones. That's heresy. Atamoni's love is universal. Nonsense. The complex teachings of Atamoni are beyond the grasp of someone like you. You know what Atamoni is? Enough. We have no time for theological arguments. We have news for you fools. If you would tell us where Lightning went, we'll let you go. Oh, I don't know about that. But I wouldn't tell you even if I knew. All we need to do is sit back and watch the Lightning's monster army take control of the world. Monster army? Do you know what the monster source of life is? It's lenses. Oberon Corporation's cargo ships are pirated for their lens shipments. The lenses then used to produce monsters. That can't be. That kind of technology shouldn't exist now. It's only a matter of time. The planet will assume control of weakened countries, one by one, with the power from the Eye of Atamoni. I'm surprised that Leiden was behind the pirating of lens cargo ships near the Fitzgald. Even the mere interruption of lens supplies to Seingold will help our cause. We'll shut the economy because lens is an important part of Seingold's industry and finance. Since the lens is also used to create monsters, it's truly a case of killing two birds with one stone. Well, had enough idle chatter. We want to allow you to interfere with Leiden? We'll show you now! Attack them! Well, at least we got to some kind of fight. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of talking in this game. And then the exact same fight we had twice before. So there's an interesting system in this game as well. If you stop a magic, if you attack a magic user, they just stop casting. So it can be useful and then also very harmful when we want our characters to heal us. What? You'll pay for this. How strong could a priest possibly be? Oh, he's not. He's just literally the same guy. Yeah, the more I played this on last session without you, buddy. This is not about you being here or not being here. It's more about the idea. The more I found that this game didn't really merit a PS1 release tap. Like everything I've seen done on this game so far, for the most part, could probably have been done on SNES. Even from like the visuals of it, which is a little bit disappointing. The next thing after this was the one that got a lot more polished.
So this is the only release, though, right? It wasn't released on SNES.
No, this wasn't released on SNES. Though apparently the SNES one was also released on PS1. Weirdly enough, and it has better visuals than this. So there's this one here that was on the PS1. Then there was another one afterwards. Actually, why am I going to this one? I can just pull up an image on my computer. I want to see if I can find the visuals to show you like how much different it looks. I remember it being very different. Tales v Tornado. That's on. Oh, there's a PSP version. Interesting. I might consider that. Like you can kind of see, like it's much more polished. Just even the start screen. It has actual.
The next one.
This is the next one. Has actual cutscenes.
You've liked this place ever since we were small.
Has audio, has voices. Like there's actual menus.
You played that one?
Sorry?
You've played that one?
I played this one. I actually remember this one much better. I thought this one was the one that we're playing now. When we're playing it, I think I beat this one, and I don't think I beat the one we're playing. But it could be the opposite. I could have beaten this one, not the next one. It's been 20 plus years, dude. Like honestly enough, I can't remember exactly how it is. But apparently there's also a PSP version here, which I never knew about. Which looks almost identical from what I can say. I don't know what the point of putting in a PSP was at that point. It looks exactly the same. Okay. Anyways, yeah, so it was... Tales of Turning actually looks really nice then. compared to this, guys was asking about if I was going to play a. Not if I was going to play. If I was going to do a whole bunches in a row, basically. And I don't know if I'm going to play this. Like it's, I like the games a lot. The problem is that the more I play Tales games on stream, the more I'm like, there's so much rating. So as much as I like playing them, every time I kind of go back to them, I kind of forget how much like text there is involved in it. So I just don't know how well it turns out for a streaming end. Like I don't know, man. A lot of times when I play Tales games, like it just like you can see the like what it's like. What there's me, you, and then 2 people in chat right now. I think one of them is Chungus. No, he's on as well. I don't think there's even 2 people. I don't think there's even 4 people in chat personally. But I mean, I also know that like what's it called is really doing crap tonight. Twitch, like just looking at other people like around, everyone's kind of low for the most part.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Prices has 9 people on.
Well, he's playing GTA. No one gives a fuck about GTA.
Tifa's at 7.
At least last I checked, he was playing GTA. Yeah, he's still playing GTA.
Mang's at 5. He probably started about, what, 10 minutes ago?
Yeah, Mang just started, I guess.
So,
I don't see too many people on. Fear's showing on a low count.
That's what I'm saying. He carries on. Yeah. Mang's at 10.
Zhang's got a few, but Zhang's been streaming for like 24 hours.
Yeah. Mang's about 15 minutes in. He's only got 10 people instead of the 20 that he normally has. He carries at 5.
25 hours deep.
Yeah. He carries sitting at 5, and I usually see he carries sitting at twice that number.
Yeah.
I just think it's, and like you're saying, GS is sitting at 12, and he's been on for like 2 hours now or whatever it is. To be fair, GS is not using a camera right now. He's on his PS4, and he's playing FF7 Remake. So that could be part of it, but like it just seems like a terrible night tonight on Twitch. Did you hear what happened? Did you see what happened to his computer? Apparently, he bricked his hard drive, his motherboard.
No, I didn't see that shit.
Yeah, man. He was talking about it on Twitter. Parvos lackeys. Well, at least we know where our next destination is. So next, I don't know any of these places. Fitzgold? We're at Fitzgold, right? Exactly. Can't understand, but let's call it a day and find an anywhere so we can get some rest. Let's see. So yeah, basically, he was saying that he fried his motherboard. I'm kind of surprised that he can't replace it. I don't know, man. I know I can get a motherboard myself in Canadian dollars for $150. It's not you don't have anything crazy. Maybe he's looking at something more expensive than that. How much, sorry?
Is it a desktop?
Yeah. You're asking for me or for him? I assume pretty sure he's running a desktop as well.
Yeah, I mean, if it's a laptop motherboard, that's a different issue. If it's a desktop, you'd be able to swap it out.
That's what I'm saying. He was saying it's going to take him a couple of weeks to get it. I'm like, I get that money can be tight. I didn't think it would be that tight for him. I hope he has enough money later. Can I go back in here and get that chest?
Wait, so what's he? Oh, he's just streaming from his PlayStation.
Yeah, he's streaming from his PlayStation, man.
Man, he's got enough sense to afford a goddamn motherboard.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's why I was surprised, man.
Yeah.
I sent a message. I'm like, dude, if nothing else, go to what? Like I don't know the returns are like anywhere else. Like for me, I got mine from Walmart. But go to Walmart. Do they leave the same place?
I mean, eBay has a really good return policy.
Well, no, I meant to just go, but for me it was like go to Walmart, pick yourself a PS4 camera for like $60 and return 2 weeks later. Oh,
he doesn't even have a camera on it?
No, man.
I thought you meant he was like in Scooby mode. Like,
no, dude, he's like, that's what I told him. I saw him. I'm saying like go into Scooby mode and get yourself a camera and return in 2 weeks. And he's like, he said maybe. I'm like,
so he's waiting until he fixes his computer.
Pretty much, and I'm like, I think it's a little bit long personally. I don't think he'll suffer in any way, but like it just seems off.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm still trying to see if I can figure out a way to get up to where I was going at this point.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna get some water.
Okay, buddy, sounds good. Oh, hello. Empty chests. So I found the stairs up, Tap.
What's that?
I found the stairs up. It's good.
Alright.
And then I found a whole bunch of chests that had nothing in them. Like, they just said empty. Ooh, that's earth. But I didn't find this what I was looking for. Good. I don't know what that does, but that's fine. Yeah, dude, this is kind of the one of the problems I don't remember this. I don't remember this part of the game at all. But I'm like here and I'm like, oh, here's a chest, empty. If a chest.
You're pretty sure you played it though?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I played this game. I don't know how much I played, but I'm trying to play at least this much. But it's like you go into the chest and it's like, oh, they're empty. When it
almost seems like maybe we're missing something that'll let us, because like they don't stay open.
So you remember how I picked up a chest here? Chest just disappears when I pick it up.
Yeah.
If it's empty, it just
maybe
stays
something
there.
will appear in those later or something.
Maybe. I still don't know about how I feel about that in general, but that's fine.
I mean, like in what is it, Chrono Trigger? You had to like wait till a later time period to get the good item.
But then they were locked, so it's one of the things where they should have at least locked them, and they didn't, which kind of sucks.
Yeah.
And we'll give you a better shield as well. Cool. What's the amethyst do? Is it just worth money?
Hey, you'd think it'd be something good.
Oh, that's not bad actually. It's an accessory.
Mm.
Too bad they didn't call it an amethyst ring, but that's fine. Alright, what else did I pick? Oh yes, I picked up an S Earth. So this game has a lot of discs in it, basically. And basically, the disc gives you bonuses, and they also can give you spells. So like this Scorched Earth disc, we're getting a spell if I want it. I'm not really just using spells right now. But like this character will have a spell, which will be Earth instead. And I can upgrade this to her slash a little more if I want. Same for this character here. There it is. He's using flame.
How come the spells are fucking DVDs?
They're more like extra spells, and I don't know why they're discs. Like I think it has to do with like there being like disc being ancient technology apparently. Something happened. I'm guessing something happened to the world, and these Swordians were left over. But only characters who can equip Swordians can equip discs, anyways. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that he got a spell out of that one. And the way they denote spells from a disc is it's at the bottom, basically. Oops, sorry, that's not the right character. Yeah, eruption, basically. So it's an interesting concept. I kind of like the Swordian thing. I think they got rid of the Swordian, so I'm pretty sure they got rid of the Swordian thing in the second game, and they got what they call Cramel cages. It's like Craymel, Cramel. Make yourself at home. All right. And basically, you can collect elements. Elements being kind of like fire, water, but they're also guardians, as it were. So they're like almost like mana entities.
Yeah. And
you can stick them inside Cramel cages, which already sounds horrifying and awful. But it's what you can do.
Can you push select and disable that side screen thing?
Which side screen?
Like when you're in the overworld, can you turn off the side view?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there you go.
That requires pushing start. Yeah, we can. So yeah, so basically get mana entities, and you can mix it and you stick them in these cages. And as you mix different manas together, you get different outcomes and different spells, which I thought was really interesting. That's the next game. That's the Tales of Eternity one, which I thought was this one. I knew the Cramels wasn't in this one, but everything else I thought about Tales of Eternia, I thought was in this game already, and it wasn't.
Yeah.
So it's unfortunate. It is what it is, but I mean, I don't think this game is a very long one, anyways. It might be 40 hours at most. Probably fight.
So what are we trying to do now?
We're going back to Fitzgald because there was a pirate attack on ships. And the ships are destroying lens-carrying. Sorry, the pirates are going after lens-carrying ships because in this world, when you feed a lens to an animal in general, I don't know if it works for humans too. When you feed a lens to an animal, or you plant the lens in an animal, I think it's just feed though, they turn into monsters basically, and not just monsters, but like ferocious monsters. We also go to Junktown over here. let's check out Junktown. And I'm guessing it's probably just like that's how this world works. That's cool. Our the weapons you equip and the shield you equip changes in combat depending on what you equip. Now it's showing the kite shield, and it shows that you have an axe in your hand.
Hmm.
Very interesting. I don't think there's any story here though. Could be wrong. Right now. Go home. There might not be anything for us to do here except for maybe buy something.
Do you always have those little stress sweat things coming out of your head, or is that...
No, that's only because we're in Australia.
Hmm.
See, now that we're inside, it's not as bad. It's just showing that we're hot.
Hmm.
Hot. No, it's still nights. I'm just gonna check out your place. Lens Hunter. Yep. But this definitely was the age of video games where you can kind of like go a little bit forward in the game, which is nice. Where it's like, oh, Junktown exists, but you're not kind of supposed to be there right now.
Yeah.
But there might be something interesting if you go there. I do say kinda, or I just say maybe, because I'm not sure about if there is or not.
Everybody just lives in trash.
Apparently, it kind of reminds me of like a certain cuck shed in Washington.
Looks like fucking China or something.
Oh, okay. I was thinking of your old place.
Oh yeah.
We're going closer.
Old trash.
Well, it wasn't. I remember there was very specifically a one playthrough you did, one stream you did where there was a lot of bottles on the floor.
Yeah.
What's wrong, Philia? Well, fine. I just smelled awful.
I just imagine the smell.
I just imagine the smell. That's what she literally said, so it's okay.
Yeah.
But this is really a place where people live. It's so filthy. Can't imagine the smell. You think so too? It's bad for your mind and body. Live inside your place. I wonder if they can do something about it. I don't think they like to make things there on purpose. That's how we officially do quickly. Sure. So really, a calm person like Phil can get us so upset like that. But we're not really here for anything. So, who are you? Peeping into our house, weren't you? Bad people. Whatever.
Did you like grow up? Did you learn French first?
No, I hardly learned French at all. So
like your parents didn't speak it or anything?
My mother speaks French really well. My father speaks French okay. Oh, at least used to be in general. But he like she spoke English French very well because she used to be a what was it called? She was the head of her nurses union basically. So she had to speak a lot. She had to speak French really well, and as a nurse, she had to speak French pretty decently, anyways.
Yeah.
I wasn't great at French when I was at school. So like, I wouldn't say not. I wasn't great. Like I wasn't anything stellar. I was pretty average. At French in school up until even the end of like college. I guess I was gonna say CJ, but it's the same like college for you guys.
Yeah.
But when I started going to work. And I started working in the aviation industry. Well, there's a place where I can go to. I started working in the aviation industry. Everything was... it's actually probably even started before that. When I was even working at McDonald's, you had to have like a pretty good... You had to have a decent enough grasp of French to be able to talk to the customers.
Yeah.
So I started getting... So my French started getting better there. Just some constant use outside. So it was not bad at that point. I worked for 5 years and that really helped my French. Then I went on to a place where everyone was French for the most part, except for the bosses.
Bombardier?
It was a place that works. We worked for Bombardier basically, but similar enough that it's no real difference. Can't talk.
Is it Bombardier?
Yeah, it's Bombardier. I mean, I think you're saying it the exact same way I am, but maybe you hear a difference. I don't know.
I wasn't sure if it was Bombardier or
No,
Bombardier.
it's Bombardier. It's it. So it's definitely a French place. To be fair, I don't know how much longer we'll be staying in Quebec. So.
Really? You thinking about moving?
Say me? No, I don't know how long Bombardier's gonna stay here.
Oh, I see.
Because they're getting kickbacks from the government, but they might just leave anyways because there's no money here for them.
What the fuck? What's going on with Trudeau? I heard there was like some new scandal.
Really?
I don't know. I don't pay attention that much.
Not the SNC Lavalin crap again?
I don't know.
I'll look into it for you, but I haven't heard anything specific. No. Stop it! You just smacked. Oh, they're smacking each other. That's fine.
Do most people you know like have a positive outlook on Trudeau?
People I know know
like that live in Canada. I mean, not like me.
I know, but like most of the I know that live in Canada know, but that's also because the people I live in Canada tend to look more towards being a.
Commie.
I was a Republican actually.
Oh really?
Except for the most part, it's right. It's like a right leaning. I used to be very right leaning, honestly, until like I don't know, maybe like 5.
When I made my
6
Twitch
years
channel,
ago.
suddenly I became a centrist.
No, it's not that. It's not that. Like it's like more like 5 to 6 years ago, maybe. And it's, because it's just a matter of like because like it kind of it's not that much. Like, I still believe in a smaller government in a lot of ways, but I do.
Yeah.
And I do believe that government's a very inefficient way of doing anything, unfortunately. But at the same time, what's the alternative? Is that, like, it comes to the point where the question is like, what are you supposed to do with your life sometimes? Like, dude, no offense to you, like you would just want to live in the woods, and you want to be just left alone, and let people can just fuck off, right?
Yeah.
So why shouldn't you be able to do that? Why shouldn't there be like some kind of program that the world has that just lets you pays you your $200 or $300 a month that you want to live in the forest or in your van? That's not a lot of money, you know. When you look at things.
Yeah.
That's what you say you can live on. I don't know if it's actually true, Tap. That's what you say you can live on though. And
I think they're basically going to have to start doing. We're going to have like UBI. Yeah, something like that. Otherwise, there's just going to be chaos. I think. But
Tap, UBI is not a right leaning thing, right? That's completely left. That's even further left than most people think. Than most people are. You know?
Yeah, I guess so.
And that's kind of what it came down to, because it wasn't the fact that like I want to do nothing. It's like it wasn't that 5 or 6 years ago I didn't want to work anymore or anything like that. It was that 5 or 6 years ago I had already been thinking about like automation and like how much like even in my shitty job, like I shouldn't say shitty, even in my crappy job, and I want to say crappy because I didn't care for it. Yeah. In working for Bombardier, working for finishing, I'm like, why am I polishing this? Not because like why isn't it polished, but like why can't the machine do what I'm doing? It's not a curved. But it's not that. It's like this is not a curved piece. Okay, it's not a hard piece to polish. It's literally a flat surface. Why am I polishing this? Why don't we have a machine that can already polish for you? That can polish with a sensor, and all you need to do is have someone come by and take a look at it for defects afterwards. Like that's automation, right? Like that's where eventually.
Why?
What do you mean?
I mean, that's the thing. UBI is not about right or left. It's about math. And it's the same thing for that. Like, if I bet you that the reason was that they get all kinds of benefits from having employees. But if you hire 1,000 people in Canada, they probably give you all kinds of cuts. Whereas if you're just like five executives with automation.
I agree with you on that. But what I meant to say is that I'm not asking why I'm not replaced by it. I'm asking like why doesn't it already exist? That tool doesn't exist yet. That's what I'm trying to say. Like there's no tool to automatically polish for you yet. I would love to if there was, because then the job would be done by someone else, and that's about it. Like it's not the job's no, but the job's also dangerous in a lot of ways. Sorry, dangerous. The job's also hazardous in a lot of ways. Like it's you're working there, and you're wearing a mask because you're not supposed to be inhaling any of that stuff that's there. Yeah. So like it's a hazardous job already. Like that's kind of what I'm trying to say. It's like. Why is it not an automated thing for that? And it's not the fact and the idea is that either there will be one eventually, or people just won't want private planes anymore because it'll be too costly to get fuel. You know, something was going to happen. Also, that sword in the background looks like it's very expensive. So. But it came out to the idea like even 5 years ago I was like thinking like I could probably be rich if I can invent something that can automatically polish, because it would save them a lot more money. But even then, I was like, I'm not an inventor in the end. I'll leave it with other people. I don't have the math for that. I don't have the engineering for that. So like, okay, I'm more of a guy who can think of an idea that can fall through with that, unfortunately. But it's like, I was around that point where I'm like, you know what? Automation is just gonna take over a lot, like most of the stuff in the world. Like, right? Like, I'm like, that was also the time when people were also like saying, why aren't I paid $18 an hour to work at McDonald's? And I'm like, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. You know, kind of thing. And I get that I get that people don't make enough money working at McDonald's to pay for their life, and that's unfortunate. And I get that and it's more the idea that minimum wage doesn't pay that already. But why should McDonald's be the job you can work at to get paid $18 an hour when other jobs don't pay that much money already?
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's just like, first of all, if you get paid $18 at McDonald's, Taps Big Mac's gonna cost them $9 instead of $5.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to. And all of a sudden, that Big Mac that costs $9 means that your milk is going to cost $4 instead of $1. That's always how things go. Like you make $18 an hour, everything gets more expensive. That's one.
Right.
But two, at the same time, if McDonald's has to pay $18 an hour to a stupid employee to do what they're doing, all they're going to do is cut more employees and implement automation much faster.
Right.
That's all it's going to come down to, and because it's. And that's
nobody's gonna pay $9 for a McDonald's burger, so they have to stay afloat, probably.
But that's exactly it. No one can pay $9 for a burger the same way you can't pay someone $18 to work at McDonald's. Like,
yeah.
And to be fair, it's not that I don't think people should get paid decently for their work, but it's not really hard to work at McDonald's. That's literally why you can be replaced by a shitty machine. Like you must have them where you are too.
Yeah.
Like you go in, it's half and half right now, right? Where you can either order a machine or go to the counter.
Yeah, I think they're redoing the one next to me right now to do that.
Yeah. So the one I used to work at used to have 6 caches, or I think it was 6 or 7 caches plus a drive-through. Now the one that they renovated it recently. It has 2 caches, a drive-through, and 4 automatic machines, or 5 automatic machines.
Cashiers.
Like 2 cashiers. There's
humans.
But there's only place for 2 cashiers. They used to have place for 7. Or 6.
Oh, I see. Right, yeah, they used to have registers all along.
Exactly, and now those are all gone. Their counter is tiny, and you can order automatically now, or with the stupid things they have in store. And I'm like, that's all. Like, obviously, this is going to happen, but like, that was my question. Like when I was thinking about like, why would you get paid $18 an hour when they can already get rid of every single cashier, have just a manager there in case there's a problem, and everyone can order electronically. Like, why?
Yeah.
You know. It's gonna come down to the idea, Tap, that either 2 things are gonna happen at McDonald's in the end. Either one, they're gonna have you make your own burger, like the same way you check yourself out at Walmart's. They'll have you make your own burger, and that's all it is. And everyone will just make their own burger from now on. And it's like, here's your bun. It'll just be individually packaged or whatever, or just come in like a, like it's gonna be super simple. Or it's going to be automated, and the burger's just going to spit out for you, and there'll be one guy there to hand it to you or something like that.
Yeah, I actually worked on patent applications for
for that kind of stuff?
Basically, for 3D printed food.
Yeah, it makes sense to me, man. But to be fair, I'm not even thinking 3D printed food. I'm sure that's even further into the future than what I'm thinking. It'll literally just be a robot that takes your hamburger patty from the grill press to the holders, basically.
Yeah, I've seen that shit on YouTube already.
Exactly. And I'm like, if you're going to pay $18 an hour, there's no way that this machine is going to cost less than paying this many people.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to. And my point is that at that point, your UBI is so much more so much more of a thing than it is any other plan. Because if you have, imagine like if everyone in the world stopped having to work at these shitty like minimum wage, what do you call them, restaurant jobs, basically. What do you do with all the population?
Well, I don't have any problem with UBI, but I think you should have to get fixed.
Dude, you can't put UBI. You can't implement UBI and then implement nothing else. That doesn't work. It just doesn't.
Right.
Like UBI does not change the problem with the system we have. Everything has to change before we can have UBI.
No. I mean, you have to get like vasectomy.
You have to have so you can't have kids anymore.
Because if you give unlimited fuel to a cesspool, the bacteria is going to overgrow and keep eating.
I mean, you're not wrong about that either, which is kind of funny. Excuse me. But it is very...
Just, at the end of the day, for me, it just comes down to math. Like, it's pretty simple. It's not left or right. It's just like, okay, you have too many people, not enough work. Well, you can let them starve, riot, or you can give them, bones until... But you have to prevent the population explosion, like Africa.
Of course.
You keep throwing aid at Africa, and it's just getting worse and worse. And like,
right.
what's the end game?
Well, no, that's kind of that's also what I mean by a problem with the system as well. Like that's
right.
It's not just that, Tap. Like I know I keep harping on it. I know I hate to sound like anti-corporation, even though I feel like I am now at this point. But like most corporations just can't exist with UBI around. It doesn't make sense. Like when you have entities that their whole job is to just generate more income from people and the public at large, UBI doesn't really help.
Right.
Because like, oh, here's $2,000 a month, and everyone and all the companies are like, well, since you have this $2,000 a month and nothing else to do, you can either work a little bit extra to get what we're doing, or you can just not have the extra stuff.
Right.
So all of a sudden you're like, oh yeah, I get paid $2,000 a month, but I still have to work an 80-hour job to afford like getting the nice car to drive around to my job.
Right.
Anyways, it is what it is. Like, and I get it. Like, it's not just not just that. Disney's just as bad. I heard recently that Disney's going to release their shitty new Mulan movie. You know what I'm talking about? The live action version garbage they've been putting out.
No.
So they have a new live action Mulan movie coming out, and they've been pushing out the date because they want to put it in theaters. And
is that the one with the black Mulan or some shit? I kind of remember hearing about some kind
I don't know if she's black or white or Asian. I don't know what they decide on in the end for Mulan. Yeah. But yeah, that's the one you heard about. And
I think so. Yeah.
In the end, Disney Plus decided they're going to be I think they're supposed to be releasing it to Disney Plus with a membership. So you have first things first, you have to have access. You have to have Disney Plus, so $6 a month.
Yeah.
And then apparently they're going to charge it as a secondary fee on top of that, as a premium of $30 to get it for 2 days or something like that. Maybe it's to own it.
Wow.
But $30. And I'm like, I get that you have to make money from new movies, but this is kind of what I mean when I'm talking about like the idea that they're releasing a movie in your house for $30 with no frills, no nothing, and this is kind of how corporations act, right? Like it's how it is.
Yeah.
So what can you do? UBI doesn't solve everything. It's the start of the problem. But yeah, like automation is going to really mess things up a lot. I still think ask the same question. What percent of our population, whether it be Canada, US, North America, or the world, do you have people working in menial jobs that can be automated, like cleaning, like cook, like McDonald's working with stuff like that, like anything like that, like anything where you can just literally be automated? What percent of our world is currently in that kind of service sector that's going to just go away because of automation? And what are we going to do with them? We're going to have to find others. We're going to have to find other service jobs because that's what the corporations are going to do. They're going to find us other service jobs to work instead.
Right.
I don't remember who told me or where I heard it from, but I think what I have heard before is that the only foolproof job you have for the future, and even that's apparently, like, I would say is not as true anymore, is elder care. Because there's always going to be elders in the world. Except when
that's probably why I want to do trucking, because I feel like they're not going to automate that shit anytime soon.
What are you talking about, dude? They're already automating trucking.
No.
Oh yeah, man.
They're not going to be on the highways.
Oh yeah, you've never seen it, dude. I already told you this. In 10 years' time, there might not be trucking jobs like this. City work probably longer, but not much longer than that. It's done by your good buddy too. What's it called? Self-driving.
Yeah, Elon Musk. He's full of shit. His cars crash all day, even now.
The Tesla Semi is an all-automatic, electric-powered, battery-powered Class 8 semi-truck in development Tesla Inc. 2 concept vehicles were unveiled in 2017, and production in 2021 is planned.
Yeah.
And I know...
At Virginia Tech, they worked on this shit. They had smart trucks and smart roads it's all laboratory.
So Tap, these smart trucks have already been on the road. People have seen them. And they drive around, they already drive loads around.
Now they're off.
Sorry?
They probably crashed and now they're off.
I don't know if they crashed, but now they've already started taking loads with them. And it's gotten a lot of truckers scared and angry at them. I still think it's better than, honestly, here's my answer. A smart truck is still probably better than 50% of the drivers out there.
Yeah, totally.
Because there are a lot of them out there who drive 18 hours a day, even illegally. You know, it's just how it is.
But you know how people are. You just need one smart truck to cause an accident and
Top.
be illegal.
Honestly, we made them make all the vehicles smart. Then you won't have a problem.
Yeah.
But again, that's a systemic change. It all comes to the same thing. It's always the same answer. You can't just change one part of a system and have it and hope it's going to change everything.
Right.
That's normal. But I get it. Like all I'm saying is like just be careful. And I know you don't care because you're not banking on the trucking job. I know that's not how it is for you. It's just something that you're in an interim, which is fine. But don't be surprised if in 10 years' time you're not driving a truck. You're just watching a truck drive itself.
Oh, I would love that.
Oh, you'll love it. I know, and that's what I was hoping for too. I was hoping it would come out a lot quicker. And then in 2 or 3 years after that, you'll find yourself out of a job because they won't need the operators anymore.
I think, like worst case scenario, I would just have to take some mechanic classes, and then you'd be like the onboard mechanic.
Yeah, dude, you're an adaptable guy. I would never worry about you finding a job. Even if you couldn't do the mechanics, you'd just go back to your whatever crappy job you had now, as like I'm talking like the patent stuff. I mean.
Yeah.
You know, which is fine. Like I'm not worried about you, dude. Like that's also why I don't worry about myself. Like I'm adaptable enough where I can go back to school and learn a new trade and not worry about that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Like that doesn't bother me. But it's more this is more about the idea that there's so many people in this world who won't be able to adapt to that, and I don't know what they're gonna do with those people. It's like I don't want. I'm not gonna say it's just you're only talking about people who come in and they're just illegal aliens or whatever. It's not just that, dude.
Right.
You see it in Quebec all the time as well, man. All these people in Quebec are always crying about how you have English people and outside people coming and taking their shitty jobs, and they're talking about taking their jobs at like McDonald's and what's it called? Telecommunication, basically, like not even telecommunications. The guys who take the calls, tech support, but I'm talking tech support for like a cell phone company, where it's like you call now you're calling India kind of thing, and they complain about that stuff, and I'm like. You guys are the stupidest part of our population because you don't have your kids going to school. You're not complaining about them not being able to go to school. You're complaining about people coming and taking the shitty jobs instead.
Right.
Same thing for when they don't want to learn English. They don't want to learn English. And I'm like, you guys are just dumb. Like it's not because you should learn English to live in Quebec. You should learn English so you can get a better job because people in Quebec deal with people outside Quebec all the time. And if you know English and French. You get a much better job with a much better salary.
Right.
That's just how it is in Quebec, and they don't care. They're like, no, I don't want to learn English. I don't want my kids learning English. I'm like, that's fine for you guys. You guys can sit here and squander and everything like that, and complain about how the French are treated like crap and they're so poor when you want to do nothing about it.
Yeah.
Like that's how I feel about the like. I know you're gonna be like, oh, there's people like that in America too, and I know what you're gonna say. You don't have to. But I mean, that's how I kind of feel about how it is sometimes here, and like. They don't want to like a lot of them don't fight. They don't want to go to colleges. Like you look in Montreal, and I can tell you that there's a lot more English colleges than French.
Right.
Why is that? The English population is not higher than the French population here.
Well, interacting with anyone outside of Quebec requires it.
Sure, but I'm just saying. There's also a lot of French people who just don't go to college or university. I mean.
Right.
That's what I mean.
Well, like once I got like 30 minutes out of Quebec when I was driving north to the river.
All French. Right?
Yeah, all like even at the gas station, people were like, what? You want cafe?"
Like, dude, I've seen it, man. It's bad, dude. I don't understand why you wouldn't want to learn anything about it.
I mean, the weird thing to me is that I guess it's an education, but I thought you had to take English in school. Like even Finnish kids and shit, they can say like hello and what's up. Like they know. May just be that they watch enough media to catch on, but
it's possible. But I mean, like that's also the issue too. Is like the French people don't look at a lot of English media. They just don't want it. Even and I brought this up before to other French people. I'm like, and I asked them the same question. Like, and they can't really answer me. I'm like, why'd they change this song to being in French? Like, what do you mean? Like, they took the words, and then they put the wrong words that have no meaning in French. Right. Because I understand both languages, right? So I can tell the difference. And they're like, "What do you mean? I've only ever known the song to have these lyrics." I'm like, "Yeah, but those aren't the original for one, and they make no sense comparatively." I'm like, "What do you mean?" I explained them what it is in French, and like, "Oh, that's a totally different song."
Yeah.
And I don't understand that at all. What's the guy say? artifacts, graveyard, ancient race. Told me practically every day when I was a kid. I don't know if that's true. Something crazy might be buried here somewhere. Interesting. Okay. Probably gonna have to come back here for that something crazy later. But yeah, I don't know, man. Like I'll never understand like why you would ever change. Like I get that your populations might not understand that language, but the song was made for that language. And as soon as you change it, everything has a very different context. You know? The Junk Hunter. I think it sounds as good as Lens Hunter. Come on up by observation. In fact, I can know more about ancient artifacts and technologies than anyone else. When we see each other again, I'm always here. Cool. Okay, go into where the thing you're protecting. Yeah, okay. So I'm probably gonna have to come back into here later for that area. Cool.
Gas concentration. That's where Skeevy's been hiding.
Poor guy, farting himself away. But yeah,
I found Miss Random's cave.
Oh, I gotcha. I'm sure Ski would love that.
The old brat cave. You can see the steam coming out of the ground. There's so much.
Yeah, man. So how do I get out of here now?
Now you're fucked.
Yeah, I don't know what the exit is anymore.
It's to the left, right? I forget.
I guess to the right. Maybe here. There it is. Anything up here? So apparently there's red dots on these maps that denote that. No, I didn't do that here. That denote towns.
Should I look up a walkthrough? Are we lost?
No, we're not lost. I was just trying to go through like see if there's anything extra I could do. Like, oh man.
Do you know what we're looking for now?
We're looking for a place called Fitzgald, but I believe that's across the ocean. I just wanted to see if there's anything up here. I knew Junktown was here, and I'm like, maybe I can go. Like maybe we can find something interesting in Junktown, like either some kind of weapon or some kind of item that we would get further in the game. That's kind of what I'm hoping for.
Yeah.
At the same time, I don't remember if this game has warp wings. I don't know what they're called in most games, but like the ability to warp back to towns basically you've been to already.
Yeah.
So if I've already visited Junkland while I'm here, it means I should be able to visit it again easily. Was the one thing I was kind of hoping for.
How do you run in battle?
I don't know if you can run, but if you
didn't we figure it out at one point?
There's no way to run. It's just that you can walk or not walk.
So it just kind of rushes to the enemy when you.
Yeah. I'm trying. Yeah. No, it just rushes to the enemy. You can either shoot if you push in the direction of the enemy after he's run. You can stop him from running backwards. Is what you can do. But there's no actual way to stop him. There's no actual way to run in battle. Again, this is very basic compared to what the other games get. Like when we play some Tales of Symphonia, you're gonna see it's a very different game in that regard. Even Eternity, I think, is a little bit different as well. I wish I could offer you better, more interesting combat, dude.
I mean, this is like, it's okay, but like you said, it's like not really up to snuff for PS1. I don't think.
No, I don't think so either. This reminds me too much of the SNES version, unfortunately.
I mean, even SNES games like fucking Turtles in Time, like.
Yeah.
Dude,
I agree with you 100%. Like I think the only reason this game was on this system was because this is the system that was being put. This was being put at the time. Otherwise,
yeah, I wonder if this was actually made for the what is it? The N64 like expansion thing.
Oh, yeah, but this is not a Square Enix game. This is.
But wasn't the PlayStation originally supposed to be a Nintendo?
Yeah, they just sold a copy of that. If you didn't see it, someone found a copy of that shit and they sold for like $100,000 something like that.
Wow.
Yeah,
like the original hardware.
Yeah. Actually, maybe it's 500,000. They sold for a crazy amount of money, dude. Like for something that that's not really that important in a lot of ways.
It probably doesn't even work.
Exactly. That's probably the better way to put it. Something that probably doesn't even work. Sell for a crazy amount of money. All right. So, from my understanding, we have to come back through here. Let's go talk to Sky CV as information for us. Then we're gonna go across the ocean.
So we've been here already?
Yeah, we've been here.
Oh, this is that asshole that told us.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing changed.
He's still like, go find stuff. I'm like, okay, cool. So we're going back to the dock now, which will take us back across the ocean. And out of Australia.
Out of upside down land.
Alright, let's go. Take me home.
Have you seen Geyser recently?
I saw him last stream I was on.
Mm.
Oh, what's up? Hold on.
I just wonder if he's divorced yet.
There you go. We're going to Fitzcald. Oh, Fitzcald. There you go. Well, literally, he'll take us directly to Fitzcald. Even better. I mean, it's only a matter of time with the way he treats us. I shouldn't say the way he treats us.
Yeah.
He treats his wife
I'm just waiting
well.
for him to sign on and be like, "Hey guys, I'm in LA. I flew here. I'm homeless. Can I move in?"
What do you mean LA? It's literally going to be he's in Spokane. Hey guys, I'm in Spokane.
Yeah, maybe.
Can I come by and live with Tap? I'm like, I don't mind. Tap's just like, I got Thai guy today.
Well, I do have like a storage unit. You could live in the cook shed of the cook shed.
No, the cook shed of the cook shed. Come on, dude. You don't you have 2 queens in there? I feel like guys are gonna at least take 1 queen.
Yeah, but that's for the fucking. You know.
I mean, let's be fair, Tap. If he's also a guy who can probably make money, so it's not the worst that can be in the world.
Yeah, maybe.
He can support you instead. You've arrived. So see Eileen. She's in charge of the Fitzcald region. Should be able to see her if we go to the Rembrandt Mansion. Cool. Where's this place again?
So we had to go back, and nobody told us. We just had to know that we had to go back here to find out.
So no. So what happened was that when we were in that church and we found out that the statue was stolen in that church, they went pretty much like, oh, where to next? And like you're supposed to guess, I suppose. One of the options was to head to Fitzcald. One of the options was to head back to see the king, which I assume if you choose to go see the king, he sends you to Fitzcald after.
Mm. And
then one of the options was to go to a place called Fandria. I don't know where Fandria is exactly. I do know that these warehouses have some weird stuff in them. No. I'll probably have to come back here to that ship, I imagine, afterwards. My guess right now is that we're gonna be sent on a ship that's gonna be pirated, basically. That's what I'm guessing right now. Yeah.
Dun dun dun.
So this is
ultimate secret.
This is their what do you call it? Their mini game, as it were.
The fuck?
Is to do this as quick as possible. So I
What?
might have already gotten these bonuses here. Yeah, I know, and you're supposed to figure that out. But I only figured it out by accident because I pushed on the box by accident in one of the places I was in.
It's like the fucking worst puzzle I've ever seen.
Yeah, no kidding. I can buy a land hat. It's not good though. No, I'm not gonna buy anything.
So what's the SNES one called?
Tales of Fantasia.
Mm.
Yeah. And then, so we have Tales of Fantasia, then Tales of Destiny. Then we have Tales of Eternia, which was renamed to Tales of Destiny 2 in USA, because that was a style back then. Then there's Tales of Destiny 2 on the PS2, which is actually Tales of Destiny 2, which is a direct sequel to this game. Yeah. And then I believe after that it's Tales of Legendia. And I think Tales of Symphonia is after that, maybe. I don't know that. That's where it starts to get fuzzy. There's a lot, man.
Have you played them all?
I have not played Tales of Symphonia. I have played Tales of Legendia. It's probably one of my favorite versions of Tales. I have not played the 2... I have not played 2 of the 3 newest ones, but I've also heard they're very different and difficult sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Like you saw me play the newest one. A lot of them are supposed to be like that or more complicated as well.
You're talking about Berseria?
Yeah. So, after not liking Berseria, I don't know how much I like the other ones, as it were.
Mm.
And I wouldn't play them on
Did you ever play DBZ? Kakarot?
Which one?
Kakarot?
No, I didn't. Why?
I don't know. I just seemed like everybody was playing it a couple months ago. I couldn't remember if you did or not.
I'm a broke bitch.
Is that one you can't get on the?
I mean, I
old...
could probably find it. If I wanted to.
Yeah, I'm just not into it.
Yeah, it looked good, but I'm like, I don't know if I want to play it or not. Get out of my way! Why, a rich young boy is shopping all by his lonesome? It's like a servant. No, sis, he's an orphan. He's certainly not rich. Mother told me that these kids have no parents, so they were adopted by a rich woman. No wonder they're different from us. You and your sister aren't fashionable like us. Your sister's working every day covered in dirt. She's so dirty. Ick. You want home on the lower road? Your friends are there, aren't they? There are so many children without parents hanging around. I'm afraid to go there. They look so gloomy when there are people around. I hate it. It's more than enough. Man, it's almost like we're in America again. What? Who are you? Are you telling us what to do? We're not doing anything wrong. Yeah, we're not doing anything wrong. We can't tell. Why can't we tell poor people that they're poor? It's the truth. That's why I hate spoiled rich kids like you. What? How dare you talk to us like that? Our papa's a respected man in this town. So what? What's your point? Oh, why are you yelling at us? We'll get you for this. Jeez, man. What shitty kids. You should go back to your sister. Thanks. You're very kind. I'm just doing what I think is right. Come on, let's get moving. But yeah, one of this thing was, so this is kind of cool. Like, this is the kind of stuff I'm talking about. Here, look, not this, but look at this in the window. The window's see-through, and you can see the person on the other side. Like, this is stuff I just don't see in a lot of other games.
Yeah.
Maybe it's just lazy because they don't have to put a wall up. But I mean, I think that's kind of cool. I don't know, but I don't know if it's harder or easier. We're just fighting over
Yeah, I mean, I think in a lot of games they don't load this interior until.
So, like, I will say, like, there's a whole lot of, like, love put into the game in a lot of ways, which is also one of the reasons I find the game fantastic. But at the same time, just, I don't know. There's other parts that are problems with it as well.
I mean, it seems like they skimped on the gameplay, the story, and the music so far.
In some ways, which is why I was saying this is like a bare bones version. I thought like here's a mirror. Like you can see yourself in a mirror. Like that's great, but
yeah,
you know, it shows promise of what is to come instead of what's available now. I think.
Right.
Because they do generally keep up the high quality.
The pixel art is good though.
Yeah. The pixel art is great. It's just that it doesn't have to be on. It doesn't have to be on the PS1.
Right.
Which I think could have been a little higher quality.
I mean, it looks worse than Final Fantasy VI to me.
Yeah.
The graphics.
No, dude, you're 100% right. Like it's like the graphics look like the graphics look like they're washed out. They're not as sharp as the FF6 version, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And it's just that's kind of how it goes. You also can't loot anything in the things, but everything has like something about it. It's even funnier. The first town, everything in the first town had a bathroom. All of a sudden, there's no bathrooms in towns anymore. I don't understand why.
Maybe these are all ghosts.
They're all ghosts. When F marks. Oh, here you go. Here's your bathrooms again. They're back.
Oh, nice.
Like imagine having to tell like someone in your work is like, I need you to make sure these curtains open every time someone goes in to take a crap. I'm just like, sure. What do you got? Anything new? Ooh, that's actually useful. I'll take that. Energy bullets I don't think we need. I just bought something that like gives us more HP basically. Will restore HP better. Chicken and beef, either. Oh, more fish. There's a whole bunch of fish I gotta buy outside. I don't know why I'm buying from you. Oh, actual food. See, this kind of stuff is nice. They give direct foods to our food stack value. I don't know if they're better or worse than other foods, and they don't cost a lot of money. I'll buy a couple of them. Alright.
So you have to have like a certain combination of the other foods to be able to eat them?
Nah. This one doesn't do any kind of cooking.
So what's the advantage of the burgers over the other shit?
They give direct, like, so the burger for 100 gold gave you like 200 food stacks, something like that, and this bread for 20 gold gives you 10. So it's just slightly better. And like if you look at the cheese here for 70, the cheese gives you 20. Like
it's like the opposite of how it should be.
Yeah. So there are ways to make your food better, but they're more expensive. I found. I don't think it's worth it. Like I can use a rune bottle that costs 500 gold, turn an apple into a W apple. I don't know if I had any W apples left.
Are there even like tonics and stuff in this, or is it all just fucking food?
I can use a rune bottle on an apple to turn into a W apple, which gives you a minus 100 food stack value, which is stupid. And then, but you can turn worm apples into jam instead with the same bottle as well. But that's also 500 gold, and I don't think jam gives you anything worth 1,000 gold. Can I sell off these shitty worm apples? I didn't know I was using them. Rather than putting in my bag. Yeah. And as far as I understand with the food stack, the only thing it really does is just heals you in the field. And it doesn't even heal you that well, as you can see. Like, what's our food stack at right now?
So you can't use, like, tonics and ethers and stuff?
You can, but it's supposed to heal you automatically.
I see.
Apparently we used up, and that's the thing as well, we used up all of our healing. I remember playing this game and not even bother playing the food stack. So I'll probably keep doing as well. Because it doesn't really do anything for you. It's probably very useful for certain dungeons where there's not a lot of healing. But I think other than that, it's probably not useful in general. Because mostly you get them out of your inventory, I'm thinking. I don't know, there's probably more that I'm missing. But like, the game doesn't tell you anything more about it, and I don't want to look into it, I guess. So we're back to having no bathrooms. It's a little inconsistent in what they want in their towns as well. I don't know, man.
You ever played The Sims?
What about? I've never played it specifically, but I know a decent amount about it. What about it?
Yeah, I don't know. It's one of those games that might be funny to play, like, for one stream or something.
Maybe. I
was just thinking about, like, where you put your bathrooms and shit.
Because
you build your house, right?
Yeah.
I forget.
Whoa. I've always been more interested in what's it called, man? SimCity as opposed to The Sims.
Yeah, SimCity 2000 is great.
Yeah, SimCity 2000 is really good. That was one of my more interesting ones. Where you build your town, it's like actual building an actual town, and then you have Godzilla attack at you when you're bored.
Yeah.
Or you have your what do you call them there? Natural disasters that are not Godzilla as well.
Yeah.
Like I will say,
I was playing it.
Go ahead.
I had to turn all that shit off because it kept destroying my city.
Oh really?
Yeah, Godzilla would come like every 5 minutes, and then there'd be like a fucking tornado and shit.
Heck, what's this? Got a rotten orange? What am I doing with a shitty rotten orange?
What did that say? It said you have too many items to pick up those packages or something?
This one? No. So it's only junk. Like, everything has
You were at a place before and it said, like, you have too many items or something.
Really? Possible.
I think. Go to the last place you were in. Up top, like, above the closet, it said something.
There are many things in storage here.
So that's basically just saying fuck off.
Yeah. That's all I was saying about this game. Is like, you go to like a drawer, and it's like in a normal RPG, you would just say nothing, or there'd be something there. And it's like, no, go away. Don't touch with other people's things. And I'm like,
Right.
But then there are times when you're supposed to like when you can find something, and there are times where there's a book on a table, and you're like, okay, how would I know to touch this book if I haven't been touching anything else?
Right.
So I don't know, man. So some of them was really weird. Your most impressive sailboats.
Great sailboat.
But there's like
it's trash.
That's how I feel about like everything I can touch here. It's just trash. There you go. Guess I should leave it alone. To be fair, in the first toilet you come across in this game, it says plop when you interact with it. And like, that's what this game is. Sometimes it's plop. It's a strange child. It's prosperous and a nice place to live, but this isn't the case for children with other parents. So yeah, I started doing the short form content that I wanted to do, and I was going to plan to do some more, but like, Now I just feel like unmotivated, not because of anything else, but just because like the short form content I did got like no extra views compared to like my regular stuff. And I know I should.
I don't know what it is about Twitter. I think maybe you should tag people and be like, "Hey, GS Sphere, what do you think?" And shit, just to make sure assholes see it.
I know you're using GS as an example as opposed to anything else. Because so I tag him, he's gonna start posting about me. Don't you hate when guys tag you in posts?
Like, that's the best thing you can do is create drama.
And then just have him be like passive aggressively tweeting about me.
Me and Mang were talking about coming up with some kind of like wrestling personas and shit.
Would you be the tax man?
I don't know.
Or the lumberjack? Oh, who would Tap be?
I'll be the Donald.
The Donald? There already exists. There already was a Donald Trump impersonator.
No, I mean, I'll dress up as Donald Duck. But
I'll
like
the
Donald
Trump. Oh, hold on. You have to dress up as Donald Duck, but never wear pants. Like, you have to actually Donald Ducking it. So you get a sailor shirt on top, and that's it.
No, I'll wear like an adult diaper, so it actually looks like Donald.
Just an adult diaper and over with a sailor suit. It's perfect.
But doesn't he wear
pants? No.
Is it just a shirt?
Yes.
Sometimes he looks like a sailor.
Dude, he wears literally just a shirt. You never seen Donald Duck before, man?
I feel like he has like a butt flap or something.
No, man. Donald Duck.
Yeah, it is just a shirt. You need to add this alert.
Literally, just the shirt, man. What alert am I adding?
That YouTube video.
That's an alert. Oh, the one you're posting. Let's see here.
The last like 3 seconds are important. Hey.
I had someone I was planning to add as well, but I don't know. I haven't really taken a chance to yet. I want to add the Shang Tsung "Your Brother's Soul Is Mine" thing. Just like
what?
You remember the Mortal Kombat movie from the 90s?
I don't know if I ever even saw it.
Let's see here.
But I remember like the game. I know the characters and stuff.
He says in the new game too, but I mean,
what does he say?
Your brother's soul is mine.
Oh. No, I don't think. Wasn't that like the last guy or something?
Your brother's soul is mine.
I know you can't see it, so.
Yeah.
Your brother's soul.
No, I don't remember that from the game either.
You will be
there
next.
So I want to add some of that into it, and there was not new, but from the newest Mad Max, they had that whole like War Boy thing with like them spraying themselves with the paint, like witness me. I want to add that in as well. But I mean, like, dude, we're literally 3 people here. Me, you, and someone I got a bot, and Geyser's here now. What's up, guys? How you doing?
Geyser.
So like, who am I adding sounds for?
For me.
Yeah. I mean, it's not as good a reason as any. What's up, guys? How you doing, man? Here, I actually found this for Skeeb. I messaged him and everything, and the dude is just not there.
Found what?
This. A new Oh No clip.
What is that?
It's from this new Star Trek Lower Decks cartoon that just came out, but it goes it's because he has the Oh No alerts, and you guys are all using Oh No, so it's like Oh No. So I sent him that to see if he'd like that as well. See if he uses an Oh No too. Ooh, Divinity 2.
Is this Meatloaf?
Oh.
So close, man. You'll get there one day.
You got it perfect once.
Nice. Why can't I get rid of this stupid... This thing bothers me so much. Like, someone going with this thing tonight. Or whatever. It's
what?
Streamlabs messing up with tonight.
Yeah.
Your scumbag dwarf is a thief / fart. Nice, guys. That's awesome.
What the
guys
fuck is Divinity 2?
I don't know how to describe Divinity 2 to you. Mostly because I don't remember what the game is about. Still even cut people while burning the countryside. Divinity 2. I think it means. I think it's Divinity Original Sins 2, right, Geyser? That's what I think he was talking about. I have no idea what this is. Apparently, some kind of like, I don't know. I think that's what it is. Yeah. It looks like some kind of RPG.
Torchlight.
Looks like an open world RPG, like Torchlight as well. Guys, we left Australia though. I hope you don't mind. It was really smelly down there. There was a whole junk town down there. I think it took it directly out of Australia, put into the game. What?
You like that game? Did you like Torchlight 2, Geyser?
I
just finished Torchlight 2 and it was fucking awful.
Geyser was worried. Not Geyser. Tap was worried you're gonna show up in. What's it called? I can't remember. Why can't I remember the word? Spokane. Guys, Tap was worried you're gonna show up in Spokane looking for a couch to sleep on, Geyser. He says apparently Torchlight is turn-based. I didn't know that. Hi, Leon. What are you doing here? I heard your cargo ship was being attacked.
No, I mean Torchlight 2 is not turn-based.
Oh, it's not?
I don't know if he's talking about whatever the other one.
Yeah. Yes, we had problems with that lately.
Divinity 2.
Oh, Divinity 2 is turn-based. I'll have to check it out, guys. If you think it's really good and you like it, I'll have to definitely check it out. I was gonna ask
It looks like it's multiplayer.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I was gonna ask you guys. This might be. I don't know how interesting this will be you, Tap, but I was gonna ask Geyser anyways. So Geyser, I know you love Star Trek. And I know one of the things you always talk about Star Trek is the utopia created by Star Trek, and how like people don't want for things, people act properly, and like everything else. Have you seen the new Star Trek Lower Decks, the cartoon that came out recently? Geyser, because I want to know what your thoughts are on that comparatively to like the original Star Trek. If you don't know what I'm talking about. I can find you something for you. A trailer would be good. Trailer. Okay. Is the reason that you don't want to load anything for me? Well, boys, we're going to Facebook right now. This thing, Geyser.
Turning into a captain's log?
We're all supposed to keep logs.
Okay, hey,
Oh
listen.
no.
You like cartoons anymore, Tap?
Waste removal.
It's just that shitty flash animation bullshit.
Ensign, do you see a captain's chair in your
You're not
future?
wrong.
I hope so, man.
You're not wrong, Geyser.
Hey, if I part my hair like this, do I look more promotable or less? The Cerritos might be falling apart.
Like I'm not a Star Trek fan. Like I've never watched any Star Trek before. I watched this. As far as cartoons go, it wasn't bad.
Here?
No, we're actually way down here.
Keep it moving, lower decks. Next.
But they do make a lot of references to characters that I do know of, but I've never seen.
Nothing like a cold beer after a smooth second contact. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
It is better down here where the real action is.
We're gonna surf side by side. An elite team.
We're not really elite. We're more like the cool, scrappy underdogs.
Yeah, guys, check it out. Check it out. I wonder what you think about it, honestly enough, because you know you talk about Star Trek all the time. Or I should say all the time. You talk about Star Trek a decent amount. So I just want to see what. Yeah, for sure. The first episode came out last week or during the week, Geyser. So you should be able to find a copy of it if you know where to look. I don't know how it works for CBS for you, but you know what I mean. I have a good plan to deal with this. Would you like to be part of it? Good plan. Well, come on in. Some of you stay inside. Yeah, exactly. The internet will allow it. Can you excuse us? It's no problem. Yes, wait, please. Do you buy lenses? No, not yet. Right now. Ooh. I'm gonna have like chests over there. I don't think I introduce myself. I'm Eileen Rembrandt. I'm the general manager of the Fitzgerald branch. And these folks, they're Stan, Rudy, Philia, and Mary. I hope Kim.com gets off scot-free. Considering, guys, that the kind of bullshit they tried to get him on was not profit sharing, it was tax evasion and like fraud and everything like that, because he was moving around money instead of what the actual thing was, which was the MBA and the RIAA and big media corporations pushing the United States to go and grab him, as it were. Ridiculous, man. How do you do? I'm Stan Aileron. I'm Rudy. That'd be like Canada going to pick up floor tap for like, I don't know, shooting deer, or moose, or something like that.
I don't even know who the fuck Kim.com is.
Do you know Mega Upload?
Well, yeah, I guess so.
So Mega Upload got raided about 8 years ago now by the American government at the request of major media corporations in general, basically. And
he owned it or something?
He owns it, and they tried to get him for tax evasion. So for the last 8 years, they've been trying to get Australia to ship him to the United States. He's not a United States citizen, to give you for one thing. He was in Hong Kong for a while. Do you remember what's Kim.com's original native place or native homeland, guys? I don't remember anymore. But anyways, he
says like Germany.
Was it Germany? Okay.
Finland, maybe.
Maybe, but
so Mega.nz is not.
It's
I always figured Mega.nz was like just the next Mega Upload.
It is.
They're unrelated.
It's no, they're not at all. It's literally the same thing from Kim.com, except that there's more rules in place to stop other uploads. Like I think now he's DMCA compliant, basically. He wrote New Zealand, Germany as a tax check according to his last letter job, which is what he made Maca as like 10 years ago. So apparently German then. But yeah, he was never American. I don't think he's ever been to America, whether on a trip. Like he's never stepped foot inside of America. And America decided it's like, oh, it's time for us to go pick up Kim.com and try to. He's in Auckland, New Zealand right now. Oh, sorry, did I say Australia? I should have said I meant New Zealand. But yes. They tried to pick it. They want to pick him up. They raided his servers. Some of them were in the U.S. Some were not in the U.S. And they've been trying to get New Zealand to extradite him to the U.S. for the last 8 years. And New Zealand, since New Zealand is in the pocket of the U.S. government for the most part, because they want the aid, because they want the trade, because they want everything like that, they've been doing nothing to stop it, or they've been doing as much like as possible to stop it, to the point where. Some crazy stuff came to trial during his 8 years of doing this being the extradition process. He brought to light the fact that the New Zealand government was secretly spying on him, and the government admitted it, though it was under the last government reign, not the current one. And then the New Zealand government, and then the New Zealand courts decided that wasn't good enough, so they just decided to strike that from the cases, basically. As part of like a reason not to be extradited. It's so weird and messy right now, and I'm giving it like a second or third hand account because it's been a while since I've read a lot of the stuff. This all stuff that happened like 4 years ago or something like that. He was a Kiwi citizen before his charges, and according to their own legislation, can't extradite him. Also, prior trial was tossed when the lead magistrate recorded him showering and his kids showering. Yeah, the weird stuff, dude. Like honestly, guys are probably knows a lot more about it right now than I do. It's so like the case went so crazy, Tap. So for a year or something like that, they fought in court over how, not whether they should back up the hard drives or on the data, how they'll back up the data. It's in your news, really, guys? I didn't think it'd be in your news that much. Honestly, I didn't think it'd be that close to your news. What else they're doing? Let's do some crazy stuff. So, if you had anything personal in your Mega Upload documents or folder or whatever files Tap that was not copyrighted, basically, like I'm talking like let's say you made a song or whatever, and you decided to store on Mega Upload because it was a cloud service. For the last 8 years, you have not had access to your personal files uploaded into there as well. Imagine having like tax returns in there or whatever like that, because I don't know why you put like, but you know what I'm saying, like anything important, and you put it in there, and they just don't care. It's crazy. Oh, we have DW Germany, which is following it. Dude, it's such a crazy case. Like, it's the extradition itself is already the craziest. Like, I don't know, like how can you extradite someone to the United States who's never been to the United States in general?
Yeah.
That's one of the biggest questions I have. It's like why haven't they asked to extradite like Kim Jong Un or Kim Jong Un to the United States at this point? Like, I know he's the leader of whatever, but like you may as well make the same request, kind of thing. You know, it's like anyone who they don't like, you may as well extradite him to like, the United States. Such a weird.
Well, didn't they
issue
implement the what was it called?
What?
There was like the trans-Pacific.
Yeah, that I heard about as well, guys. Trans-Pacific what? Tap? You're talking about like an arrangement that they would extradite people. They would extradite people back and forth, basically, so they'd be mutually beneficial, kind of thing.
EPP, Trans-Pacific Partnership. Basically extended DMCA. My understanding was that it extended DMCA basically worldwide, along with like a couple other things.
Not
So
really.
that's probably the basis.
Not really. So here, the thing about DMCA is, if you want to be covered by DMCA, even in the United States, because a lot of people do business in the States, you still have to have a DMCA agent set up, which is set up in the States. I'm sure there's other places that have it set up as well too. But like, I don't know. I'm trying to think. Like, I guess not Snapchat's not a good example. I don't know. Do you know like what the Russian Facebook is called? Tap. It's like called VK basically.
No.
So there's a Russian Facebook called VK, and there's also like RU Tracker, which is like RU Tracker, which is like the Russian Google. For them to be able to stay legal in the States, to be able to service the United States in any way and not have to worry about things because they might have an office or something in the States, they have to have a DMC agent is what they have to have. I don't know if that's what you mean by worldwide, but like the DMC doesn't really exist in EU, and you can't sue someone in the EU over the DMCA for the most part. They have their own laws for it. Same for Australia. Australia has a very different view of the way things go. In Australia, they don't like. I think they hold. In Australia, don't they hold service providers accountable? Guys are in Australia.
It looks like the Trans-Pacific Partnership is not
Here,
currently in
guys
force for
just
some
said.
reason.
Here's the difference regarding that. That was passed in 2016, not in effect in the U.S. since the U.S. is not part of the TPP, which is even sillier. Dude, it's such weird stuff, man. Right now, guys, there's a lawsuit going on in Wisconsin, something like that, where they're trying to take a music ripping site and all they do is they take a stream from YouTube and they make it available to people to download the original audio. They don't store any files on their server or anything like that. And right now, they're trying to get them to shut down plus other things. Though they have no offices in the United States, they don't target the United States specifically. They don't have anything to do with the United States. They're Russian just in general, and yeah. And the United States is trying to make it to the point where you can sue someone in China or Russia for problems that they cause other places. It's weird. Talking about Kim.com, I don't know about Freedom Fighter, but he's definitely something different than what they make him out to be. I'll listen to you, buddy. We'll be a decoy, draw the parts. When they come, we'll round them up. You make it sound so easy. They're very organized and good at what they do. We left a lot of shipments this month already. All we have to do is catch her leader. Once we find out where they're from, we can do a lot of things. But the risk is too high. You don't trust me? I didn't say that. Besides, these fools here are useful as well. Fools? Useful? What do you mean by that? I guess there's nothing to lose. Alright, I have no other choice. Please don't do anything rash. Remember, I'm the one who will be disciplined by Hugo. Then don't make any mistakes. Don't make any mistakes, you understand me? Yeah, I do. You can use my house as you like until your departure. I've got the ship ready. Please look for me at the harbor in a little while. Maybe copyright should be evolving since predicted system of war. Yeah, no, well, dude, it's not even just that. Like, maybe copyright should be evolving because everything in the world evolves as well. I don't know, man. So basically, Tap, we're like I said before, we're going to be looking for a ship at this point, like the ship that she is offering us.
Yeah.
To go find those pirates. 9 gold's pretty good. Oh, we can do that. I believe if I remember, and I'm probably remembering wrongly, I think it can go up to like 20 gold per lens, something like that. But I don't know if you can get that quickly right now. That much right now. Sure. We're flush with cash. Don't waste my time. Come on, let me special away. Oh no. I spent 500 gold.
What happened?
I spent 500 gold to get into the arena, and then he's like, no, we can't go to the arena now. We don't have time. Oh well. Oh, we can race again. I don't want to race with you guys. I'm sorry. You buy S cream, softy cream. How do you feel about softy cream, Tap? Not at all, guys. Even when we played on stream, guys, I didn't save. It was I never intended to start the game that day, so I'll be going back in basically because I didn't read any of it. This is some kind of tour guide. I don't care about that. Like this is another big. Like I said, like I was talking before, Tap. Like this is another big town, dude.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I get that it's great that the world doesn't feel like so small because no one cares what you're doing. Like, oh look, there's an octopus over here. I'm like, that's cool. But sometimes it also makes it feel a little bit too big. But yeah, it's not too bad. At least you're gonna skip most of the dialogue. It's not that important, but it's also there if you want it, which is cool. Ooh, nice. More corn dogs.
Do you have a deep fryer, Geyser?
You better have a deep fryer.
I guess he does.
Oh wow, that's not. I would never call that a corn dog, dude. Well, not because it's not gonna.
Yeah, it's not exactly a corn dog, but close enough.
Well, no, just because I'm not saying it's not gonna taste better than a corn dog. I'm just more like.
Right.
That's way too fancy for what a corn dog is.
Yeah. Isn't there a term for battered, like German sausage,
There
like
must be.
schnitzel or something?
I thought schnitzel was like either chicken or veal that's like pounded down flat, isn't it? That's what I thought it was. I could be wrong. Come into me, chest.
Yeah, you're right. It's like pounded meat, but then it's breaded. I feel like there is a term for
I'm sure there must
breaded
be.
wieners. Oh, Wiener Schnitzel, right?
That might be it. Oh, sausage in the liquid. I didn't know that part. But yeah, okay, that makes sense. Another mirror I can look into. Another house that didn't have a bathroom, as you can see.
Oh, Wiener Schnitzel is the same thing. It's like pounded meat. I guess. I
It
don't
makes
know.
sense because it's called Schnitzel, because it sells Schnitzel on the name. Here's the bathhouse. And there's a toilet. Guys, we're back to the toilets now.
I could have sworn I had like a breaded sausage, but I guess I can't find anything.
Well, that's what I was saying. Like I don't know. Like I find that most like corn dogs aren't like sausage. I just want to like.
Right.
I don't know. I'd also be very careful, Geyser. Oh, is it? I didn't realize they're doing Midwestern, because I know hot dogs cook a lot faster than sausage does, and hot dogs are generally pre-cooked as well. So you should be really careful when you about all of that, dude.
Well, it looks kind of like almost like meatloaf. It doesn't look like it's breaded.
Okay. Oh, the Gnota stuff is that, okay. This is a pub that has nothing in it.
I kind of want to get an air fryer just because.
Well,
I mean,
Go ahead.
I think I have a deep fryer, maybe. I can't remember, but it's such a pain in the ass to use. I'd rather just have an air fryer. I don't have to just change the oil and shit.
Oh, it was Geyser was talking about it. Geyser said he has one as well. I think I think he showed me. I went the wrong way. I think Geyser showed me his the one he has on Amazon at some point. Looked pretty good. I always worry because I've seen other people use them before, and I'm like, I was never super impressed with them. But it could just be
I think you have,
nice one.
they're like, you have to like do it right. You have to space food out. And you can't cook too much and shit like that.
That's possible too. They might have just cooked too many fries at once. Is also what it is.
Probably.
But at the same time, that's kind of a different problem, which is that they don't have a lot of space. A lot of them.
Right.
I mean, fair enough. Like deep fryers also don't have a lot of space either. But I don't know. I don't know if they cook faster or not either. That's one thing I couldn't tell you.
Geyser, TOS, potato lives matter.
All potato lives matter. What kind of potatoes, guys, would you say? Do you guys get russet potatoes down there? Yeah, I've been all over this town, and there's just nothing. Like it doesn't make me want to explore the rest of towns at this point. It makes me just want to like go on with whatever the story is.
Yeah.
Which is not a good thing.
Well, Geyser, you gotta fry twice, right? You gotta like.
That is very
fry them
important,
for
actually.
like 60 seconds, and then like before you even do that, you gotta like put them in salt water and shit. I don't know. I looked it up once how to get crispy ones, and it's a big pain in the ass.
To blanch them, basically, yeah.
Yeah. I do like red potatoes taste the best, but I think for texture, I prefer like an Idaho or whatever the fuck they're called.
We had a poutineery that was open for like, I don't know, maybe 6 months or 8 months, something like that, and they used to sell different kinds of potatoes for the fries. So they used to sell like red potatoes and crinkle cut and everything like that. Places
right.
Gone. It became an Indian place. It's like an Indian fast food place. It's weird. That's
well, Poutineville has like the different cuts, right?
Yeah, that's Poutineville. But there was a different one. It was like Poutin something else. It was like Poutin Palace or something stupid like that. Dude, Indian food is really good, but it was more the idea that like this place is offering different fries. It was actually pretty good, but it was at the end of the day it was just expensive for a poutine because you don't want to go and spend $15 on a poutine and get no other food.
Yeah.
So, what was I gonna do? All right, let's go. Yeah, I'm ready.
Yeah, man. Only took us fucking an hour and a half to progress the goddamn plot.
That was my fault, though. Like, I should probably just stop looking around town as much because, like, there's nothing. I found one item in the whole goddamn town and no information.
Right.
And that's just my.
But I feel like nobody really told us to do this either.
Well, no, they did. Everything we've been told has been told us. Like, so.
Oh, really?
The first one was like we were saying like go to Fitzgold, and they're like, well, we're gonna in Fitzgold. I think either as we got off the ship or before we got off the ship, or one of the two. It's like, yeah, we're gonna go see Eileen in Fitzgold, who's like the master of Oberon there, or whatever it is, the Oberon Corporation. And then we got off the ship, and they didn't tell us where Eileen was, but I went looking around for other things. I went to see the shop, and I'm like, I just feel dumb because like the game is so big, it makes you feel like there should be more stuff to find sometimes. At least in my opinion. I won't talk for everybody, but like I was looking for chests, I was looking for secrets, I was looking for like certain things, and all I see more is like more mirrors and toilets, basically.
The ship's flying a German flag, it looks like.
A little bit. For me, it looks like it's black, red, yellow, and blue. But I mean, it's still.
That's just the shadow near the yellow.
Well, I was gonna say, isn't the flag black, red, and yellow, anyways?
I think so.
Yeah. So if you remove the blue, it's still definitely a German flag.
Yeah.
Sounds good, guys. As I said before, you must follow Leon's orders. I think I'm just gonna go. I'll try and follow the plot a lot more, not quickly, but a lot more closely, because I just feel like there's nothing for me to really find places, unfortunately, right now.
Yeah.
Well, this kid, hey, do you want to say that? Do you want to say that he's too young? Pardon me, but we should select someone with more experience to be in charge here. By saying that, are you implying that I'm only a little helpless woman too? No, I don't mean Jeez, man. Don't worry, this is being done under Hugo's orders. President Hugo, I understand. Then he's in charge now. Well, Leon, good luck. I won't disappoint. I won't disappoint you. No, you won't. Captain, let's sit still right away. Aye, sir. So basically, right now, like I said, we're looking to be hit by pirates. Apparently, is what I'm guessing.
Are you in control?
I'm not in control.
Mm.
There's very little in this game that I'm in control of. Including being told that I can't go to do something. I imagine the game opens up a little bit more later. But for right now, it's very much like, go where you're going to go. It's so boring.
Do they have airships and shit in this one?
I don't know if they have airships in this one. Again, I don't know what... Like, I totally forgot what's going on in this one. Like, I don't remember... either this game or the next game has, like, a whole, like, world in the sky, and there's a tricycle, but I don't know if it's this game or the next one. Because I haven't played this in 20-plus years. You need to have some... God, this is...
Let's have a whole cutscene where everyone's bored.
Yeah,
That would be great.
Isn't this a great way to tell you how, to feel like how your player must feel? I'm so bored. It was more that it's not even that tap. The last, so remember I told you about the last dungeon where we found like swords that can talk, right?
Yeah.
That's how this last dungeon started too. We're on a ship. We're talking like about an inane conversation, and this guy comes running in and says there's a problem. So stairs next. Oh god, this is they're literally saying this is boring.
Right.
You should be telling your players you're bored. It's strategy to be bored. What do you mean by that? When they're not stupid, they might have recognized that this is a trap. What's going on? The enemy's here, so I guess it wasn't a trap? So what was the point of talking about this being a trap in the end? Oh god. No, but dude, like you get it, man.
I mean, I guess it's like they're trying to world build and shit, but it's just kind of not done very well.
No, and it's kind of like it's just possible I just had too much nostalgia for this game because I guess I haven't played it long enough. But it's definitely frustrating to see. See, I'm doing it again.
Hey, you're what?
What you said? What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say not all hot dogs are created equal.
Dude, not all hot dogs. I agree with Tap on this one. There's some really good hot dogs out there.
You got to get all beef, preferably.
I won't agree with that one. There are some like okay. Some of the best hot dogs out there
no
are
chicken.
Yes, fine. I agree with you on that one 100% as well. What I was gonna say was that there are some. I would say most of the best hot dogs are generally all beef. Like you're not wrong on that. But there are some really good non all beef ones, but they're few and far between comparatively.
Right.
Like I'll give you that one 100% Tap.
But they probably, given the price of beef, it's probably better just to buy good sausage for Geyser.
Yeah, I can agree with that as well. But yeah, guys, like Tap's right though. Not all hot dogs are the same, and you have to be careful what you say, buddy.
What's the good one?
We have Lafleur's here in Canada. Lafleur's is fantastic.
What is it?
Lafleur's.
Oh, we don't have that.
I think I have a. I
thinking
have some.
There's like a Jewish or kosher.
You're talking about Montreal kosher?
No, it's like a. Let me find out.
Kirkland has a version of it as well. Kirkland brand. There's also Nathan's. You're thinking of maybe?
Nathan's, yeah.
Nathan's aren't good.
Hebrew National and Nathan's are.
Dude, Hebrew Nationals are fantastic. I can't find any though. Like I have no idea where I can buy those. But the Nathan's are really good. Let's take a order back.
Yeah. Just don't buy Oscar Mayer and shit like that. Ballpark, like just to avoid this shit. Oh, you have Nathan's? Yeah, they are. They're expensive here too, I think. Yeah, here the cheap brands are like Ballpark and Oscar Mayer, and they're garbage. So, guys, did you like? Is the batter you're using anything special, or are you just using basically straight up like cornbread mix? You gotta at least mix in a bunch of black pepper or something, right?
See, like, these are the ones I pick up all the time. They're not all beef, but they're some of the best I've had.
What's that?
These are the ones I pick up all the time. The LaFleur blend, but they're big hot dogs. You can kind of see like they come in 8s because they're so big.
Yeah, we don't have that shit here.
You have them sometimes, but not very often.
Maybe near you, but not out here.
Well, I don't mean the LaFleur blend. I mean the 8 hot dog. I've seen 8 hot dogs before.
Yeah.
But I know you don't have LaFleur. LaFleur is a Canadian brand. When they tried to expand out to America, the one time they tried, the dollar flipped so hard on them that they lost a lot of money. So they never tried again. Yeah, those are amazing hot dogs, guys. I'll take those and I'll use like puff pastry and as like pigs in a blanket for that kind of stuff. The thing is though, the barbecue version is like a spicier, smokier version of what the regular hot dogs are. The regular hot dogs are fine, but they're like a spicier, smokier version, which is fantastic. I would definitely suggest those. Did your skeevy smile go away there, Tap? Let me see if I can. I think I still have his sub still for now. There you go, buddy.
I like using it when I don't have it too, just to take a shit on the DK smile people.
Isn't that what?
Here's looking at you, Retro Mang.
Isn't that what Mang was doing for a while? Like he just kept using skeevy smile for forever.
Well, no, he uses DK smile.
Oh, it's DK smile.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I just type it out.
What? That's why I started using Kermit Zip. I just thought that was a lot funnier. Get him his talking. Get the leader of each ship so we can commandeer their ships. Your only hope. Okay. I don't know if it's. Whoa. So there are fights, and apparently there was also like treasure on here. Kielbasa. I'm not a huge fan of kielbasa. It's okay, but I'm just not a fan of the spice in it. Polish sauces can be.
I love that shit.
But I've also
it depends on the kind and shit. But.
Oh yeah, for sure. But I've also had a lot of bad Polish sausage. Unfortunately.
Yeah. Bratwurst, knockwurst, fucking currywurst. Like I don't know. I like all that shit.
Do you?
For the most part.
I don't know all of them. Should you use kielbasa instead of Polish sausage? No, I was just saying you use whatever you want, but just be careful because when you're cooking with sausages, you're not supposed to eat sausages raw. You can eat hot dogs raw. You can take a packet of hot dogs and just eat them directly out of the freezer or the fridge if you want.
Yeah.
That's all I meant. So you have to be really careful of that stuff, dude.
Some of them are pre-cooked, I think. Especially, I think kielbasa is usually pre-cooked.
No, but yeah, but I'm talking about the sausage. Like, guys were talking about getting sausages before. Right. I don't know if his sausages are pre-cooked.
Right.
That's all I meant. Because you're. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, you have to be careful with the salmonella. So, if in your case, Geyser, I would actually cook the sausages first and then deep fry them in the batter after.
Right.
Is what I would probably do.
Otherwise, you'll probably have to burn the breading.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I meant. But you have to be careful with that kind of stuff. That's why I use hot dogs, because if you undercook a hot dog, they just go, well, too fucking bad. Is it hot?
I used to know kids that would eat cold hot dogs out of the fridge and shit.
Honestly, I don't mind cold hot dogs. I don't mind the fridge. Like I remember eating like quote unquote rawish hot dogs off of like a campfire. Remember I used to be.
Yeah.
So that doesn't really bother me. But I also kind of want warm food instead of cold nowadays.
For me, it's like the texture. It's like eating like hard butter or something. I don't know.
Okay, fair enough.
It was always the cheap ass ones too, so they stunk.
There's a lot of treasure in this place now. Jeez.
Guys, you should like make a Twitter and like post all your food and shit.
He should. And he I keep wanting to see all his food, but guys doesn't like to take pictures of his food. I don't think. He's not like
it would
us.
end up just being Geyser's dick pic Twitter.
I hope so.
Facebook. Yeah, that's. You might as well create a MySpace.
You may as well grow ovaries and become a 40-year-old woman.
Yeah. Get on. What's that one?
Ashley Madison.
It's the one that all the all the women. It's called like.
Pinterest.
called like Clip It or like.
I don't know. I don't know what that is. I think you're thinking of Pinterest though.
Oh yeah, Pinterest. Yeah. Yeah, you might as well make a Pinterest.
Guys, you can pin that. It's a nice Pinterest board.
Pinterest seems so pointless. Like sometimes I'll look shit up on Google Images or something, and it comes up with Pinterest. And then I go to the website, and it's literally just the picture. No comments. There's no like anything.
That's because,
and there's no further information. It's just like, why do people use this piece?
That's because you can pin stuff to remember later. It's a really awkward, weird thing.
Everything's racist, Geyser.
Everything's racist. I came down here.
Ice a tornado? What the fuck does that even mean?
Oh, that's what the cast. That's what someone casts. That's all.
Oh, I see.
Ice a tornado. I don't know how much longer I'm gonna go to the top, only because my star's been like acting up a little bit. I might look for the next save spots.
What does Mario say?
It's me, Mario.
No, he says like, get fucked, gay Bowser, or something like that.
Oh. Let's go. No, it's I know the joke you're referring to. I'm trying to remember what he says though. He says it in Mario 64 though, all the time.
So long, gay Bowser.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's like so long, gay Bowser, or something like that. Uh-oh, Geyser. Yeah. That's no good for I'm Cut anymore. He doesn't want. That's too old for him.
The old 18-year-old puss. It's an old cat.
I think we need to find a better way to refer to your beardy. the same way a cat gets to be a pussy cat, we gotta find a name for your what do you call it? Your beardy. Your beardy. Like a dong dragon, maybe.
Ty Guy was telling me that there's furries that are reptiles and they're called scalies.
Yeah, I've heard about scalies before, man. I used to make fun of Jack for being a scaly. I don't think it was actually a scaly, but I mean, I used to make fun of him for the idea that maybe one. Oh, she got one more year?
Geyser, is age of consent for you 18? In my state, I think it's 16.
I think in Quebec it's also 16.
It might be even younger. I think it's 15 if you're within 2 years of the girl's age or something.
I mean, Tap, why stop there? Just go to, like, Japan or...
You mean Thailand?
and Thailand, I was going to say. Not just one, but and.
Does Japan have really low age of consent, too?
I think so. If they don't, then there's just a lot of weird stuff going on.
I mean, the girls all look like they're 10 anyways.
TOS.
This says age of consent is low at 13, although some municipalities prohibit sexual activity under 18.
Was that Japan?
Yeah, Tokyo has the more strict thing.
Yeah.
I guess I'm out of toilet paper or something.
Oh yeah, you have 6 TP. You have 6 toilet paper left. You want some more?
I don't know. I guess.
All right, we can get
I don't know.
more. You gain back about 8 per thing. I think you can get some yourself if you want as well.
How do you? What is the thing?
Triangle in battle, I think it is.
What's the item though?
Oh, it's orange gel. Maybe back 30%. In here yet? In here.
Guys, are they used panties or fresh?
That's a myth, Geyser. There's no, you can't get them in a vending machine. You have to go to an actual store for that.
You're talking about used or fresh? Or both?
Both. To be fair, I don't think they're used as much. Well, Let's not call them used and just call them pre-owned tap. I think used sounds a lot different. But the context is a lot different, as you can both imagine. They love truck drivers. Tap's gonna have a wonderful time then. Dude, Tap can also help him with that.
Yeah.
You're fertile, dude. You figure Tap, you're there for like a month. You can have 6 kids. You never go back to Japan. You'll be fine.
Could do that in a day.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I wasn't talking about you having sex for a month. You're just visiting Japan for a month.
Oh.
Am I going out the way I came in already? I think I am. Why is this ship so confusing to me? Oh, cut. What happened to this channel?
Family friendly.
I think I get the Skeevy's wholesome Christian stream emote.
Yeah.
Or audio.
Wholesome Christian underage.
Maybe just a little bit uncut. I've deleted Tap's VODs for less.
I think we're actually fighting literal pussy now. These guys look like cats.
Or at least cats on their head, yeah. I think they're supposed to represent monsters.
Are these the pirates?
Kinda. The parts are also supposed to be like monsters, which is why I'm saying I don't quite understand what's going on this one. It's a little weird, but they're talking about like monsters were like the ones like that were raiding the ships to make other monsters. I think I was just going the wrong way. I think I was supposed to go up. Oh, probably because this one. No. Okay, weird. Let's just go this way. Okay, so we came on here. Okay, so we can actually skip it if we don't want the stuff inside of it. So, okay. I kind of like the stuff inside of it, though. I wonder if every single ship is the same. Like, I looted one ship, now I can't loot a second ship. Wow.
In Xander Canley's stream last night, there was some like random girl in there, or quote unquote girl, who knows?
Girl on the internet?
And,
never seen one.
What's that?
Girl on the internet? Never seen one.
Yeah, it's Rule 34 or something. But yeah, we were talking about like, you know how girls go to the bathroom together? We were talking about whether they take shits together, and like, I started looking up like whether girls' poop smells as bad as men and shit. And I kept saying like I'm gay. I was like, I'm even gayer now than before. And the girl was just like laughing and shit. It's like the unique time on Twitch where the girls just don't give a fuck.
It must have been Xander Candia's magic.
It was probably just like one of his alt accounts. He's like, yeah, I got viewers, bro. He hates the old 0 viewer extravaganza.
I can understand that though. Like it's tough, man. Like it can be tough to be like, why am I streaming if there's no one around? So I can understand that for sure. Yeah, I think I can only loot one ship. It's very odd, but alright. Yeah, I can loot one ship. Thanks, Ikiri. Tap's
Yo,
here.
Ikiri.
Tap's here too, buddy.
No price yet, no price yet, no zip, no zip. Some guy came in, was battling Hikiri in fucking WWE, just like started screaming crazy shit for like
Really?
an hour. It's the greatest. He has an alert now that does what I just screamed.
That's amazing. Thanks, Akira, buddy.
Poor Hikiri came in at the wrong time. It's like, Hikiri's always like trying to get canceled by his own viewers and shit. He's like, why do all lesbians have small tits? And everyone in his chat's like, oh my god, I can't believe. He's just like, fuck you.
everyone in chat, including his wife, is like that, so.
Yeah. But then I looked it up. Apparently, there like some lesbians actually buy like titty restraining devices to make their tits smaller. I guess like the butch ones or whatever. I don't know.
I guess I've never looked into it as much as you have.
I mean, I found it on Amazon, and I was like, "Oh shit!
Oh, okay.
You can't cancel Hikiri. It's mainstream."
We'll have to find another reason to cancel Hikiri instead. Yo, Bafake, what's up, buddy? Okay, so if I go loot one ship, then I'm just gonna get out of this place. I'm done with it. Wait, hold on, what? There'll be more ships, so okay. Here.
Time to wrap up the night with some NCAA.